Hello again, and welcome to another episode of the League of Biblical Enthusiasts. Technically, this is not a new episode, but what we might want to consider errata on my previous episode. In episode 2, we were talking about the material history of the text and the various types of materials upon which text was written: wood, stone, in some cases potsherds or ostraca. And then we referred to papyrus and parchment. And the discussion of parchment, I said that one of our leading examples, Codex Sinaiticus, contained the complete Bible. Well, that's not true. And you may consider this much ado about nothing, but I want to make sure that I get it right and accurately represent the things that I say. As it survives today, Codex Sinaiticus is missing part of the Old Testament. Of course, the entire Codex was written in Greek, but there are parts of the Old Testament that are missing, primarily parts of the historical books, in Genesis through 1 Chronicles. There are large parts of each of those books that are missing. The New Testament, as represented in Codex Sinaiticus, is intact with 27 books as we now know it, although there are some that are in a different order. In addition to the New Testament, the Codex Sinaiticus also contains 2 additional books, and that would be the letter of Barnabas and another text called the Shepherd of Hermas, 2 important early influential Christian texts. Anyway, should you want to know exactly what books, chapters, and verses are included in Codex Sinaiticus, well, you can see it for yourself simply by going to codexsinaiticus.org, and there's a link to actually view every single page of the Codex, from Genesis to Revelation to even those 2 additional books that I mentioned. And you can search by what is still there by chapter and verse, and you will know exactly what's there. Anyway, again, this may seem minor to you, but I want to make sure that when I said the complete Bible was contained in Codex Sinaiticus, it's not true as we have it today. As it survived today, it is missing some parts, primarily in the Old Testament. Anyway, that's my little errata for today. I'm sure there will be more. Please feel free to comment upon the things that you hear me say and talk about, whether you have found them helpful, and perhaps you can shed light on some things that would be helpful for me as well. We can't know it all. As Paul said, we see through a glass darkly. That's the King James Version for you. Anyway, I hope this helped you. And we'll try to keep these to a minimum as necessary. But that's it for today, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.